Hey, what's happening, guys? Just shared a Mayakashi deck profile. Um, I didn't see a whole lot of recent Mayakashi deck profiles online, especially not. I didn't see any Bone Tower variants, and I feel like that's probably the best variant of Mayakashi. It's very consistent, and the big thing is it gives you an alternate win condition. Um, and it makes it so the battle phase doesn't quite matter as much. So I figured I would just show a few test hands and kind of showcase the consistency and also how to get there. Anyways, well, I guess I will go ahead and start with a few test hands. We'll do a good old-fashioned half cut and draw 5. Mayakashi return, Hajun, Hajun, Imperm, and Bone Tower. Okay. So this, assuming no hand traps, is definitely an FTK, and I can show you how. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with Hajun, Hajun effect Daki. Okay. And it's very important that you do this now. You actually want to go ahead and perform a Synchro Summon once. You only want to do it once. Alright, Daki's effects, she's going to come back. And the reason that that's important is I'm going to tell you now. So you're going to activate return, and you're going to grab blue. Alright, there's blue. We're going to put her in her hand. And we're going to activate blue to special summon, and we're going to send Gozuki. This is why it's important that we perform that one Synchro Summon, because now we have a target for Gozuki. So Gozuki is going to banish Hajun to special summon a zombie from our hand. And now we can special summon a Bone Tower. So we now have FTK. And I can kind of show how that operates. So basically what you do is you Synchro Summon. And how it works is so you Synchro Summoned, it's going to be Chainlink 1 Tower, Chainlink 2 Daki. Okay, Daki's going to come back, and then Tower is going to mill your opponent for 2. Alright, Daki just come back, so now Tower is going to trigger again and mill your opponent for 2 more. Okay, now we're going to perform another Synchro Summon. Okay, so Chainlink 1 Tower, Chainlink 2 Daki. So the Daki's going to come back, Chainlink 1, mill your opponent for 2. Alright, Daki just come back, so Chainlink 1, Bone Tower, mill your opponent for 2 more. And basically every time that you perform a Synchro Summon, this is going to happen. So now we're going to go into Yoko. And then it's going to be Chainlink 1 Soul Absorbing, Chainlink 2 Daki. And then on a new chain, Chainlink 1 to mill your opponent for 2 more. And then now I'm going to stop saying about the Bone Tower, and I'm just going to perform the Synchro Summons. But every time you do this, you're milling your opponent for 4 cards. And then when you get to this point, you would start Synchro Summoning with these guys. You go into 3, and then Daki comes back. You go into the 5, and then Daki comes back. You go into the 7, and then Daki comes back. And then you go into the 9, and then Daki comes back. And then once you get to your first Link 2, and then Daki comes back, that's enough to mill out 40 cards. Now you can perform all of these summons as well. And I can show you how to do that. This is enough to mill out 40. But I'll show you how to finish up these summons. So you link 3 into Yu-Gi-Oh! Daki comes back. And then you do a link 2 into link 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! Daki comes back. You're going to perform a link 3. you can perform a link 4. And if your opponent's running a 60 card deck for some reason, you still have one more summon you can perform. You can banish the link 3 from the grave, excuse me, to special summon Suki. And then Suki, so what you're going to do is you're going to do Chain Link 1, Suki, Chain Link 2 Tower. This mills 3, and then this mills 2, and then you're going to mill 3 off of Suki's effect. So you can 100% mill people that have 60 card decks by doing that. Anyways, but yeah, that's a pretty good showcase of the Gozuki, the way you can utilize Gozuki in the deck. All right, let me fix all this real quick. Sorry if I'm a little quiet. I've actually got the crud. So. Okay. Excuse me. Oops, did I mix it up? I did mix it up. Oh, it don't matter. Give me a sip of water. So, first hand was definitely a FTK success, and I would say we had 2 bricks in that hand. It was the Imperm and the other Hajun. Those cards were a little useless, but going second, obviously that Imperm would have probably been pretty nice. Alright, 2 more of these. I'll go ahead and do another test hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me fix this real quick. There we go. It's going to drive me nuts if I don't fix that. Alright, let's take a look at this hand. We got blue, 1 for 1, Small World, Golden Lord. So like I said, any hand that's got this in it is going to be pretty good. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to Small World, and then wait for the Ash. We're going to call by the Ash, and we're going to Small World on the Eldritch, the Golden Lord. Okay, and we are going to reveal Mizuki on that, and we're going to banish Mizuki and Eldritch. To grab our Bone Tower. And this is our hand. We're going to 1 for 1, pitch blue, grab red. Excuse me. Special summon red. Yep. Red effect. To get Daki. Yep, Daki. And now we're going to blue effect to special and send. We're going to special and send a Mez. Now if you run the Al Ghul, Al Ghul's not a bad send here. I'm not too big a fan of him. I like to just send the Mez. Alright, and we have not performed a normal summon, so we just get to normal summon the Bone Eating Tower. And that is going to get us there. Just like before, you start off with your Synchro Summons. 3, 2. Yeah, and don't forget the chain, how the chain works. Chain Link 1, Chain Link 2. So on resolution, this is going to mill 2 cards, and then she's going to special summon herself. And then on Chain Link 1, he's going to mill 2 more cards. So every time we do this, your opponent loses 4 cards off the top of their deck. And, I mean, I can kind of show you an example. So, I'm going to mill 2 and then mill 2 more. Alright, so synchro summon, chain link 1, chain link 2. Resolve this, mill 2. On a new chain, chain link 1, mill 2 more. Synchro summon, chain link 1, chain link 2. Resolve. On a new chain, chain link 1, mill 2 more. Synchro summon, chain link 1, chain link 2. Chain link 1, or resolve chain link 1, mill 2. On a new chain, chain link 1. Synchro summon, chain link 1, chain link 2, mill 2. On a new chain, mill 2. And here we are going to perform a link summon, Docky effect. Sorry, a chain link 1, chain link 2. Resolve. On a new chain, 1, 2. And again, we're going to do another synchro climb. Chain link 1, chain link 2. On a new chain. Excuse me. And we are going to synchro again. Chain link 1, chain link 2. Resolve your chains. Oh, not bad. But technically, you can stop. You still have a lot more cards that you can do, but you can stop here since their whole deck is out. And past turn, they can't draw a card. It's game. But yeah, very, very strong. That's kind of how it all works. Is, you know, every time you perform a synchro summon, you're milling 4 cards off your opponent's deck. And like I said, the crazy thing about it is, like, say you don't FTK them, right? The fact that it's still an option to win that way. Like, say when your opponent, like, you just put up like a standard board and you only use half of your extra deck. It only takes half of your extra deck to mill out your opponent's deck. Even less if they have been drawing cards and stuff. So, like, on, you know, say you perform your battle phase and you do a few things. Well, in the main phase 2, you can still perform this whole, you know, combo of, you know, milling their deck out. So let's go ahead and put this back, and we can go ahead and fire up another test hand. Hopefully I can show you a hand that can play through hand traps and stuff. Sorry, my throat's really dry. Alright, let's cut this bad boy in half. Alright. Mez, Mayakashi Return, Popper, Winter, June. So this hand is actually sick. And I can show you exactly how we would play it. Alright, so what we will do, we're going to start off with, we're actually just going to fire off our popper. So we're going to fire off our popper, we're going to pitch Haj, Mez, and Winter. And are we wanting to play like it got ashed or not? I'm trying to think. Um, I don't know. Let's just say it didn't get ashed. Um, so in this case, you would draw 3 cards if it didn't get ashed. There's a 1-for-1, Monster Reborn, and a blue. So we were going to search for blue off of return, and then we were also going to summon red off of Mizuki, but now that we drew 1-for-1, that's no longer necessary. So what we'll do, we will 1-for-1 pitch blue to special red. Hajun for Daki. We can blue F, special and sand. We're going to send bone, and we've got multiple ways that we can get bone out right now, but we'll just be pretty standard, and we will just mez special bone. And right now the only thing we have in our graveyard right now that we can use is winter, so we'll just keep it on top. So again, we can just like do our normal synchro things to mill our opponents out. A few options we have. Say through all of that, our opponent's like, okay, I didn't have Ash, but I had Imperm, right? So I can, say you get all this on the board, and then your opponent just like drops an Imperm on your bone eating tower. So how you deal with an Imperm on the tower, what you do is you actually perform a synchro summon with your tower into Suki. Daki's going to come back, and at this point in our hand we've got several options on getting it back to the field. We can obviously Monster Reborn it, but I'll show you a little bit cooler way to do it. Use return, and we will send our 1-of trap to the grave, and it has a nifty little effect that says you can banish this to target a banished card and put it back into the grave. And guess what? We got Mez back. So Mez effect, target soul absorbing Boner Tower, they ghost bell it, and then we Monster Reborn and bring it back out anyways. So GG's, we win. And then at this point, the only thing we have left in our graveyard would just be the winter. And if you don't know what winter does, you can banish any zombie monster from your grave, special summon any Mayakashi monster from your grave. But this is FTK, just like the last 2 hands. You just do a standard climb with your synchros, go to your links, and then finish up on synchros, just until they run out of cards in their deck. But yeah, this is the FTK for sure. This one was nasty. And the good thing is I got to showcase what happens if they drop the Imperm on your Bone Tower, because the good thing about playing a deck like this is if your opponent's never seen it before, they're probably not going to be quite sure on what to hand trap. So it's, that's always the allure of these less known decks, is you get to hope that they misplay. If they drop the Imperm on your Bone Tower and you have another way to resurrect from the grave, yeah, you just synchro your Bone Tower away, and it makes it easy peasy. And you still have plenty of monsters in your extra deck to mill after performing that, so it's no problem. Alright, we'll go ahead and do another test hand. Alright, we'll go ahead and cut her in half. And draw 5. Hajun, Reasoning, Mez, Small World, Blue. So I can save with 100% certainty. If they don't have hand traps, you win. But I am interested to see what the reasoning hits. If it hits a bone tower, you just like win big time. Alright, reasoning. Who knows? Call 1, I guess. Imperm. Golden Lord. I guess we summon this guy out. Alright, so how you would play this hand is you would Small World, and you would do you're doing Mez for sure. You're banishing Mez, and you are going to banish another Hajun so that you can get a level 3. These are face down when you banish. And so you banished a 1 and a 4, you get your 3. And now you have combo in hand. You are going to normal Haj effect, special dot. Again, just like our very first hand, you need to perform the synchro summon first before you do anything else. Synchro, dock effect, come back. Alright, now we can use blue. Blue effect, special and send. Gonna go for our Gozuki. Gozuki effect, banish any zombie, and it's that lovely little Hajun. And we are going to special out Bone, and there it is. Again, we've got Bone on the field. Just started our synchro climb. That is FTK. So far we are 4 for 4 on successful FTK hands. It is pretty consistent. So go ahead and shuffle these, and we will do another. But yeah, this deck's pretty good. I've been playing it. I've been playing it for a long time. When I very first started playing the deck, I actually played it with a Glow Up Bloom, I think. It's the zombie one. And I would add this cool zombie monster named Kasha to my hand. And that one lets you special summon it from your hand, and then it shuffles all the monsters back onto the field. It's pretty sick. I remember back in the day, I was playing against a Burning Abyss player, and I dropped Kasha against him, and we were both kind of flabbergasted because my Kasha had a ton of attack, and then, you know, they obviously all trigger in the graveyard, but when they get shuffled in, it was a little rough. Anyways, we'll do another test hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got blue, small, popper, zombie world, card destruction. Here's what we're gonna do. We are gonna, I think we may hold the zombie reborn and then card destruction for 3. So that's card destruction for 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh yeah, right on. That was definitely the right call. So we're going to normal summon Hajun. Hajun, get dot. Oh, look at all my mezzas stuck together. Nice. Yeah, get dot. And we don't have Bone Tower in the grave, but we got 2 resurrectors here. So we're going to blue effect, special and send. We are just going to straight up send a Bone Tower. No Mizuki this turn. We've got 2 options. We can either Monster Reborn it or Zombie Reborn it. We will Zombie Reborn, target Bone Tower. Zombie Reborn requires you to banish 1 to special. So we banish 1 Bone Tower to special summon the other one. And here we put this in the grave. And we'll perform our first synchro summon. Chain link 1, chain link 2. new chain link 1, mill 4. So again, we have FTK. We will go ahead and do another. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get it. We've got Saga, Popper, Return, Reasoning, Mez. I can say this hand is good. I don't know if it's FTK just yet. So we're going to go ahead and use Return to guarantee our Hajun. Yep. Alright. Are we using the Reasoning? Yeah, we might. Okay, so we're actually going to do Popper first. We're going to Popper, do Mez, Hajun, and the Trap for sure. And is it upside down? Oh, it's it. Sorry. So that's going to be a draw 3. 1, 2, 3. And of course there's blue because I'm a legendary dude. So we're going to Mez, banish Mez, special Hajun, Hajun effect, special dock. We are going to blue, special and send, bone. We are going to trap, banish itself to put Mizuki back into the grave. Mizuki banish, target bone. And we're going to perform our synchro. Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. On our new chain, Chainlink 1, and FTK. And these are just extra cards. You can set this, and if for some reason something crazy happens and you can't FTK, you can keep this in your hand and send something if they did something. But yeah, again, FTK, pretty consistent. Generally, like, Popper Up. There's a lot of good Popper Up targets in the deck. Like, even the Zombie Reborn, like, I don't like to pitch it. But if you don't like having any monsters in your hand, I like to pitch. Like, if I don't have any monsters in my hand at all, I'll pitch everything to get something. But almost, like, even the spells and traps don't mind being in the grave. So the Popper Up definitely is a good add. I know it burns your life points to use it, but I mean, if you're winning turn 1, it's, you know, it's literally whatever. Alright, we'll go ahead and do another test hand. Alright, I'll go ahead and cut her in half and do draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And let's see what we got. Imperm, Hodge, Popper, Winter, Popper. Alright, so I think we are going to be a tad risky and send our Hajun to the grave. So we're gonna, yeah, we've definitely got to play risky here if we're gonna try to FTK. So we're gonna Popper for Winter, Popper, and Hajun. And what we're praying for is a Bone Tower add and a Monster Reborn to get him back. Alright, so we get to draw 3. Alright, so there's a card destruction. There's the bone. There's another bone. Alright. So we're halfway there, right? So what we're going to do is we're actually going to normal bone, and then we are going to card destruct for 2. 1, 2. Alright, here's what we've got to figure out. Oh, you know what? No, we're good, dude. We're good. We have the spell in the grave. Yep, we've got winter. So we're gonna winter, banish, bone tower, target Hajun. Yep, Hajun effect, special dock. Unfortunately, he cannot special from the hand. It's only from the deck. So yeah, here we go from the deck. Obviously, both of these guys special summoning, so he's gonna trigger twice to mill 4. We have not resolved, or did we use return? We have not used return. Okay, we have not. That's sick. Okay, return effect. We will send blue to the grave. Blue effect, special and send. We're gonna send. We already got Bone Tower on the field, so we just get some follow up with Mez, and we will perform the synchro summon. Oh, and obviously when he comes out, this will mill 2. Synchro summon, chain link 1, chain link 2, and on a new chain, mill 2 more, and that is FTK. Hand was a little strange, but we got there. So what is that, 7 for 7 FTKs? Pretty consistent, don't you think? I guess we'll do one more. Maybe this 8th hand can prove me wrong. Excuse me. Ran out of water. I'd probably do it all night. Yeah, we'll probably make this our last test hand, and then we'll call it. But yeah, like I said, 7 out of 7 is not bad for FTK odds. All right, we will cut it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's this gonna be, like 2 imperm? Alright, Bone Tower, Ghost Meets Girl, Hajun, Zombie Reborn, and blue. This hand is actually insane. So what we do here is we normal Haj, Hajun effect, special dock. As usual, perform the synchro summon first. Dock effect, come back. Blue effect, special and send. Send goes. Where you at, bud? Yeah, goes. Goes F, banish Haj, special bone. And obviously that just milled 4 doing that. You still have Zombie Reborn, and then your trap. But yeah, again, that's FTK. So 8 out of 8 hands that I've showcased tonight have been FTK hands, assuming your opponent has no hand traps. But then I also showed, I think 1 or 2 hands, what you would do if you did get hand trapped. But anyways, I figured that's a good enough showcase. I did want to say, for the side deck, I can kind of show 2 things before I cut this video loose. I run 3 Saravis in the side, and the reason I do that is because you run 3 Imperm. And the only reason, I mean, 3 Imperm is because you've got to have some hand trap, and this is the only one that really doesn't conflict with reasoning. But you would actually side deck these 3 Imperm out for Saravis, so that way you can dodge your opponent's effect veilers and Imperms when you're milling them out on game 3, if you don't beat them game 2. That's what the Saravis is for. That's what the side deck pattern for that. and then I can show you the pattern for the kaijus. So you've got going second, you want to have probably almost all of this stuff. So I can kind of do it for you. You've got 6, 9, 11 cards you want to side out. You actually don't ever side out the bone towers. You would actually get rid of the poppers, the small worlds, that's 6, 6. You can get rid of there's the 1-of card that discards your whole hand. What is that? Oh, card destruction. Alright, so if you side all these out, that'll get your kaiju package in. And it's really up to you whether or not you want to keep going. But say you did want to keep going, you wanted to like go all in on going second and just win the game. You can cut the bone tower stuff, but realistically it does come up a whole lot where it's like, oh man, you know, I actually can mill them out on main phase 2. But I actually tend to cut a mez. And I think if I did one more, I can cut one more, and that would get us there. So I would probably end up cutting the second mez, because realistically, going second, you really don't want to draw him in your opening hand. So siding or putting these out would get all of this in your hand. And if you wanted to be real creative, you could probably find a way to put these nibs in going second as well. So being real creative, I guess you could do the, I don't know about cutting winter. Yeah, I guess you could cut the winter, the call by, and maybe the Jack-o'-Bowlin. Yeah. And that could let you fit your whole side deck package in. But anyways, and that's just kind of a theory of what you would side or what you would replace to get all those in. But the big thing is like the deck is almost exclusively built for going first, other than the imperms. So that's why the side deck is so so heavy on the going second cards. But all this stuff definitely comes up. Kaijuing a monster is still really good. The Ceravases are new ads, but you know, you can put, you know, more of the Mayakashi traps and stuff in there for going first, but I mean, it kind of goes against what the deck, or this my version of the deck's trying to do. Anywho's it. Well, there it is. 8 out of 8 test hands, all FTK'd. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned a lot. If you have any questions, if you love the deck, I mean, just Mayakashi in general, not mine, hit me up. Let me know what you think. Anyways, peace. Thanks, guys.